the Need for Speed series, one of the most recognised franchises in the industry. I mean, where would we be without our yearly fix of EA titles such as this, FIFA, Madden and Pinball Construction Set? I shudder to think. So let's turn away from that rather scary thought and cast our minds all the way back to those fun-filled heady days in 1994, when EA were just embarking on the game's 14-year lineage. Originally licensed for Road and Track magazine. No, I've never heard of them either, but that's not important right now. The Need for Speed, or Road and Track magazine presents The Need for Speed to give it its full name, was released as a launch title for the 3DO console. Trip Hawkins and Panasonic's £700 bouncing baby boy. Now, the Need for Speed was revolutionary for its time. For starters, the game ignored the arcadey aspects of races common at the time and instead concentrated on the actual joy of simply driving a sports car.
What, like Test Drive?
No, not like Test Drive. I mean, just look at the two together. Need for Speed was a huge leap forward in technology. Although it looks like you're driving a polygonal brick by today's standards, the graphics at the time were actually better than what you'd see in arcades. You could hear jaws dropping for miles when somebody popped this baby on the telly. And if you did fancy spicing up the game a bit, you could of course take yourself on a Cannonball Run-esque race, avoiding cops against this arrogant goit.
Why don't you just wipe that smirk off your mug and sit your butt back down behind the wheel? This is just a little rematch, huh? Just one little rematch, you and me. But only this time I'm not going to give you any breaks, buddy. This time I'm going full out, flat out, money on the table, reputation up for grabs. I can't stand to lose. I'm going to beat you, sucker. Please?
That's right, kids. This is where all that FMV stuff originated from in the recent Need for Speed games. Good job he's only a projected image, because I'd go and smack him otherwise.
Wow, what do you want, a hero biscuit?
Yeah, and I'd throw a copy of Test Drive at him.
Why don't you sit your sticky butt back down behind the wheel and let's see you go even faster, Melvin.
Fortunately, all this cutting-edge technology meant there was only 3 tracks available on the 3DO version, including this rather interesting one. You maniacs! You blew it up! Damn you all to hell! Though for the PS1, PC and Saturn re-releases, the tracks were bumped up to a grand total of 7. Yeah, whoop-de-doo. Unfortunately, not many people got to play it at the time as they weren't prepared to pay £700 for a games console. Though I can't think why. While it never spawned a sequel on the 3DO, its legacy lived on through the Saturn, PlayStation, PS2, Xbox and all the way up to the next-gen consoles we have today. Well, I have. You're probably too poor. Now on its 16th, guys. I won't name them all as our producer's giving me a funny look now while tapping on his watch, so I'll just flash them up on screen. The Need for Speed series is far more geared towards being arcadey nowadays, so it's well worth tracking down a copy just to experience how it was originally devised to be. It's also compatible with the PS3, so if you play it on one of them, you can feel the same buyer's remorse that those early adopters of the 3DO felt all those years ago. That empty shell-like feeling really adds to the whole visage.
You got the nerve to push the envelope, man. Got some skill, that's what it takes.
This has been a Portland Interactive production for XLeague.tv.
Wow, what do you want, a hero biscuit?